0, 1. Let's get started.
Why it stopped me?
Grace and peace. So glad that you are here with me today. For those of you that do not know who I am, my name is Reverend Dr. Nicole B. Simpson, and we are here standing on business. The goal, the aim, the agenda was to help aspiring entrepreneurs recognize the power of two things here in the United States of America. And that is the power of the economy, i.e. specifically the stock market, and the power of the tax system, because we're out in these streets minding our business. 2025 has been real interesting. And there are many things that we need to do to line up with ensuring that our families are going to be just fine in these tumultuous times. So I have been slow walking things that are necessary in order for you to stand on your business and make certain that your family is all right during these trying times. And one of the reasons why this is critical is because we must leverage everything that we have in order for us to advance as a collective culture, as a collective community. And so our time, our talent, and our treasures is the conduit to us being financially free. For those of you that are just tuning in, because I want to thank you. We recently hit a milestone in our subscribership. And so you're just getting to recognize who I am. Although I've been doing this thing for over 35 years, and this year, 2025, actually in October, it will make 25 years that I've been an actual CFP practitioner. So give myself a round of applause, because it is a monumental task. And so you're not only getting the level of expertise, you're getting education so that you can apply these things that I'm talking about to your life to be successful. But the last time I saw you, I was in the Jamaica. Yes, I was giving you some information and advice. And the last thing that I said to you was that your network is your net worth. Like, you can look at your network and define what your net worth has the capability of being. And so if you're just starting out, you're like, I don't really know anybody. I don't know what I'm doing. What does this look like for me? So I want to express this by a story. This is a true story. It is. And I'm excited because I think it's going to help you understand the power of opening up your mouth and letting people know what it is that you do. If you're not your biggest cheerleader, who do you expect to be that for you? You have got to be the biggest cheerleader in your line of business. And so many of you know, and if you don't, this is the first time you're hearing it. I'm a World Trade Center survivor, worked on the 73rd floor of 2 World Trade Center. And on September 11th, I was in Tower 2. I was on the 44th floor when my building was actually hit. And so I was in the building. What some of you may not know is right prior to 9/11, I reached out to an individual who at the time, his name was Sergeant Deacy Davis. And he was a sergeant at the police, East Orange Police Department, and he was over PAL. And I had wanted to do some work, and he was very active in the community. And so we had made plans to meet post 9/11. The date was already set, didn't know what was going to happen, and then September 11th happened. This might be a little longer because I want to give you the crux of where it is that I'm going. He was the first person that I spoke to after 9/11. So if you hear him tell the story and me tell the story, it's a different type of story, but a friendship emerged thereafter. What I wanted to do was I wanted to come in and really educate police officers about the importance of comprehensive planning. I was dealing with investments, their 403B. I wanted to deal with insurance, the need to have it. I wanted to let them know that they had a particular timeline in which they could put in for this particular career path, and then even at an early age have a secondary career, and that we ought to plan for it, not when they retire or when they stop doing that particular level of work, but in advance, so that they could ultimately be financially free. When I had this conversation, which was indeed a cold call, I reached out randomly, my agenda had shifted because I had been impacted by 9/11. One of the lessons that I learned on 9/11 was that the wealthy had a plan or an agenda in place before a catastrophic event occurred. What do I mean? I, on that particular day, was at my partner's house. That was my road to safety. And she lived in Battery Park City. And in my going to Battery Park City, police officers and security personnel was evacuating the residents of Battery Park City. I've told this story too many times to count. And so here it is. I had an option to go to either Jersey City or Staten Island. And so I got home much earlier than other individuals that were impacted by the tragedy of 9/11. It let me know then, almost 25 years ago, that my culture and my community were not equipped for something that may happen that we did not anticipate or plan for. So when I ultimately met with Dr. Davis, who he is a doctor today, one of the things that he said is that I don't allow anyone to come into my community to take from them without a willingness to give to them. He was talking my language, because anybody that knows, I'm a servant leader. And so in developing a network, even if you have to communicate with somebody randomly, if you're reaching out and you're cold calling them because you see that there may be a vision that you have and someone else has a piece of the puzzle that can line up with your vision, you have to be bold, you have to be courageous, you have to reach out to them to let you know what your agenda is. And much like Dr. Davis, I too have the same agenda. Before you ask me what it is that you want from my community, offer me what it is that you're going to give to them that's substantive and beneficial for the advancement of my collective community. Now, if you know Dr. Davis, there's one thing that he says: I'm not letting anybody just come in, rape my community, and they give us nothing in return for it. So what did we have to do in order to make this happen? Keep in mind, this was post September 11th. So when you're building your network so that your net worth can increase, the first thing that you cannot do is be intimidated by individuals because they may have something that brings value to you. But you cannot go in there asking for solely what it is that you have need of. Perhaps if you offered them something, you'd find that your network will begin to expand greatly. Listen, like, subscribe, share. Let everybody know that I'm dishing this out in bits and pieces because we're standing on business in 2025 and beyond.
0